Now most guitar players will hear something like that and assume it comes from some advanced theory, some harder scales, but the truth is everything you just heard comes from a sound that's probably already under your fingers. And today I'm going to teach you 3 licks that show you how a diminished triad lives inside the blues scale and how we could turn that idea into something that sounds musical, intentional, and advanced. Now most players know the blues scale or the minor pentatonic scale, but for those who need a little freshen up, here's the shape that we're kind of using today. So find your root note A at fret 5 on the low E string, and from here we're going to build our scale shape. This is shape 1. Now most players will play shapes like this over and over, and definitely over time find themselves getting stuck in a rut, not really knowing what to do with the shapes, and ultimately in the end just getting bored with their playing. And it's not because the scale is bad, it's because nothing is being developed. Now with the 3 licks we're about to dive into, they all increase with difficulty, but importantly they show you how to develop a sound, not just learn another lick. Now I've included on-screen scrolling tab for each lick, and I've even made a note of the fingering to make learning just that little bit easier. Okay, let's dive into lick number 1. So just a quick bit of clarity, what I'm actually using here is a diminished triad. A triad is 3 notes. In this case, it's built from the root of the blues scale, so the note A. That's fret 5 on the high E string I'm playing, that's the root. From here we have fret 8, which is your flat third or minor third. And lastly we have fret 11, which is your flat 5. These notes already exist inside the blues scale. I'm not adding anything new, I'm just highlighting a sound that's already there. So that lick is still the blues scale, but by leaning into that diminished sound, it already feels more intentional. And this is where most players should start. We're not thinking about shapes at this point, it's mainly just sound. So let's try applying this to some other strings. Let's take fret 2 on the G string. Here is our note A, and from here we can play the exact same idea. How about starting at fret 7 on the D string? That's also our root note A. We could even start at fret 10 on the B string. That again is our root note A. Cool, okay, so let's now dive into lick number 2, and what we're going to do is take that same sound and bring it back into position 1. Again, nothing new, same scale, same notes. Notice how this idea sounds more like a guitar lick, not because it's faster, but because the harmony is doing all the work. What I've tried doing is tying a classic blues idea whilst putting strong emphasis on those notes from the diminished triad. Okay, so now jumping into lick number 3, and what we're going to do is take that diminished triad and shift it through octaves. So the first beginning at fret 5 on your low E string, the second at fret 7 on the D string, and the third beginning at fret 10 on the B string. I then tail off with a nice bluesy idea. This is a great example of how something so simple can be turned into something that sounds incredibly advanced. there we go, those are the 3 blues licks that incorporate the idea of that diminished triad. And the real lesson here is to not really look at those licks as 3 separate licks, but instead view them as 3 stages of the same idea. Now, my reasoning behind teaching this is because if you already know a scale, a chord or a shape, you don't need to learn more material. You just need to spend time learning to develop what you already have. Now, every lick in this video is transcribed with scrolling tab, and if there is a lick that you like, maybe slow it down, loop it, make it your own. Maybe even let me know in the comments which lick is your favourite. But until next time, have fun practicing, and I'll see you soon.